How is it going? I hope everyone's doing well, and thank you for tuning in this video. Today I'm here with my 8th installment of my WCW nWo 1998 pay-per-view rewind. Today I'm here with my review of their August pay-per-view, which was Road Wild. Without wasting any more time, go jump right into things. Now the show opened up with Meng taking on the Barbarian. Talk about a hell of an opener here. It wasn't. I'm just being sarcastic. This match sucked. The only spots that really happened were there was a belly-to-belly suplex and a jumping pile driver. But besides that, terrible stuff. Meng got the victor of the Barbarian. Afterwards, Hugh Morris came out, beat down Meng with the Barbarian. Hacksaw Jim Duggan made the save, and that was that. So, and yeah, it's just a huge waste of time. This all sucked. It's not really worth even talking about. Speaking of not worth talking about, you had the Public Enemy taking on Disco Inferno and Alex Wright. They go at it for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, the Disco Inferno and Alex Wright just walk off. And they bring out tables and weapons. They all start brawling. And then commentary is making it known that, okay, this match is now a street fight. So somehow down the line, randomly in between the match, it became a no DQ match. So they're doing that. But then Disco Inferno grabs a mic and goes, hey, let's make this a no DQ, let's make this a street fight. Even though on commentary, they already said this match was sanctioned to be a street fight. They're just now acknowledging that, hey, it's going to be a street fight now. So that made absolutely no sense, but it was just a clusterfuck of just pointless bumps, nothing to it, just, you know, like trash can spots, typical kind of Public Enemy, you know, kind of garbage match, honestly. Obviously, Public Enemy got the victory after they pinned, I believe, Disco Inferno, so yeah, garbage match that way too long. This match was like 15 minutes, and it definitely shouldn't have went that long. So, huge waste of time there. And then we had a triangle match, which was competed under Raven's rules. Raven, Saturn, and Kanyon. This match, of course, stemming from the previous pay-per-view when it was Saturn and Raven, and of course Kanyon got involved. So that all escalated to this, and this match was fine. You know, it was kind of just all over the place, and it was your typical Raven's rules brawl type match. You know, they brawled up the ramp onto the stage. Obviously, you know, pinfall is counted anywhere in Sturgis. You know, so it was fine. You know, nothing bad, just typical stuff. And you know, Saturn got the victory on Raven after it, the DVD on him to get the win. So it was a fine match, but you know, just typical kind of Ravens rules match, honestly. Then we go to the #1 contender match for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. Rey Mysterio taking on Psychosis. This match fucking sucked. The only cool spot they had was the ring was kind of elevated from the ground, so there's like a platform underneath it. Mysterio did a senton onto Psychosis, and like he did it off to the apron, and he landed on Psychosis, and they landed directly on the bottom platform towards the edge, and like Rey kind of like slid over him onto his feet on the ground. It was a pretty cool spot, but obviously the only thing this match is known for is Mysterio hitting the reverse Rana and just planting Psychosis' head directly into the fucking ground. Just botched ending right there, but Mysterio wins, becomes the #1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship. But yeah, just bad match. Something that you would have expected from those two. You would have expected better, but yeah, terrible match. Not terrible, but you know, not good. Then we go to the WCW World Television Championship match. Stevie Ray taking on Chavo Guerrero Jr. You know, Chavo coming out with Pepe, claiming that he's the television champion. Just ran around, and then Stevie Ray just knocked him around, hit the slapjack, 1, 2, 3 squash match. Stevie Ray retains the World Television Championship on behalf of Booker T. So yeah, that's just a waste of time. And then we go to what's supposed to be Rick Steiner taking on Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner comes out on a stretcher, saying that he can't compete, he's not cleared. JJ Dillon says, you know what, you're not cleared, but you would be able to be cleared at the next pay-per-view event, Fall Brawl. So he makes the match official for Fall Brawl. Rick Steiner chases out Scott Steiner and Buff Bagwell to close the segment. Just more garbage on this terrible show. Speaking of terrible, oh god, Steve McMichael Mongo taking on Brian Adams. This could be one of the worst, if not the worst match of all time. This was god awful. Nothing but botches. You can clearly tell both guys didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Just bad. All around bad. McMichael got the win. Terrible stuff. WCW Cruiserweight Championship match. Chris Jericho defending against Juventud Guerrera with special guest referee Dean Malenko. The only good thing on this show, honestly, it was a solid match. Not as good as their Super Brawl match, where, of course, you know, it was match versus title, but it told a good story. You know, obviously the history of Malenko and Jericho, and then, you know, Juventud, they were really building up for that Cruiserweight title at this time. And I thought it mixed very well. The action was good. The crowd was behind Juventud, and I thought Malenko's involvement played very well, especially in the finish. You know, the finish came where Juventud was running up, and Malenko just springboarded him up onto Jericho. Huge Hurricanrana off the top rope into a pin. 1, 2, 3. Juventud Guerrera is your brand new WCW Cruiserweight champion. Good match there. best thing on the show, but I'll be perfectly honest, everything on this show fucking sucks, so that's not really saying much. So it is what it is. We go into the 9-man nWo Invitational Battle Royal, which featured Goldberg, nWo Wolfpack, and of course nWo Hollywood. This was just a squash battle royal. So Scott Hall got eliminated, but him and Kevin Nash were going at it. So Kevin Nash had fucked the match and eliminated himself. So that was funny. And then Goldberg just pretty much threw everyone out. Came down to him and the Giant, hit the jackhammer on the Giant, and pinned the Giant, because in WCW you can eliminate someone in a battle royal by pinfall in the ring, which makes absolutely no sense. But yeah, Goldberg just threw everyone out and then hit the jackhammer on the Giant at the end to win the battle royal. So yeah, nothing really to talk about. And then we go to the main event, which was Hollywood Hogan and Eric Bischoff taking on Diamond Dallas Page and Jay Leno. Another terrible main event. Obviously, we had the Karl Malone and Dennis Rodman tag match, the pay-per-view prior to this. But I will say this match was a little more entertaining than that one. Well, that match wasn't entertaining by any means, but what I mean is this match was slightly above. And then we go to the main event, which was Hollywood Hogan and Eric Bischoff taking on Diamond Dallas Page and Jay Leno. This was just another terrible main event. Obviously, the pay-per-view before, Bash the Beach, they did the infamous Karl Malone and Dennis Rodman tag. So why not do another celebrity tag with Jay Leno? I will say, though, this one was slightly entertaining at times. So I would say this is a better match than the previous one. But I don't know. The Jay Leno stuff, he was pretty funny in this match. I'll give him props for that, especially the stuff with him and Hogan. I thought that was pretty entertaining. But finish came. Bischoff got hit with the diamond cutter. Leno, I got the pin on Bischoff. 1, 2, 3. Got the win for him in Page, but of course, no nWo. Beat down at the end. Goldberg came out still wearing the title around his waist, takes out everyone, and that's pretty much the show. So, Road Wild, flat out, terrible show. Did not enjoy it. Do not go out of your way to see this. Do not even waste your time watching this show. It's definitely one of the worst WCW pay-per-views of all time. Nothing good, nothing worth mentioning or worth watching. So, Road Wild, a huge, massive fail of a pay-per-view. Terrible show, don't watch it. Worst pay-per-view so far in my WCW 1998 pay-per-view wine. So, yeah, shit show. Didn't enjoy it. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video, though. If you guys did, please feel free to like below. And of course, till next time, I'll see you guys then. Thank you guys for watching the video.